this is Gerry Orz reporting for World According to G. Today, guys, we're interviewing the founder of KidsFirst, Randy Levy. So how are you doing today, Randy?
You know what, Gerry? I couldn't be better. I'm fabulous.
I'm feeling the exact same way. So, are you ready to get started?
I am. Take it away.
So, the first question that everybody's been wondering is how you started. What made you start this organization?
There's only one thing that made me do it. Sheer insanity. You know, anybody who has ever worked in film knows that there's a rule of thumb. Whatever you do, don't work with kids and don't work with animals. So what do?
You work with kids.
Right. No animals yet, thank goodness. Don't bring any animals into the show, okay?
So your next organization, I'm guessing, is going to be Animals First.
No. My next organization will be Adults Next. I actually have a lot of adults go, well, that's a good idea. Why don't you do something like that for adults, too? I'd like to know what movies are worth going to.
Well, there's already stuff like that. That's the problem.
That's my point. That's why it's not going to happen.
So, what was the first child you sent to a premiere, if you can remember?
Ooh, the first child that I sent to a premiere.
Also, which movie was it?
You know, I can't remember if it was the first, and it wasn't exactly a premiere, but it was a big event. It was a press event that we did for Cars 2. And I sent Anthony Aranda, who you've met on the show. Anthony has been a critic with us. This is his third year. And we went to the Pixar studios.
Wow.
Anthony, his mom, and myself. We all went up there, spent the day, and interviewed John Lasseter and the whole crew that worked on Cars 2. And I'll tell you what, it was absolutely hysterical. I mean, John Lasseter couldn't believe Anthony. I believe he was 8 or maybe 9 at the time. And at the end of his interview with John Lasseter, John turned to his crew who was filming the interview, and he goes, "What do you think, guys? Was that the best interview of the day?" And they all burst into applause.
That sounds amazing. When did you start the radio show, and why did you start it?
Well, the radio show we started in August of 2011. I actually had been talking to the people with Voice America for a couple of years about starting a show with our kids' reviews. And it was very complicated in the way that they have Voice America set up. So finally, in the spring of 2011, I got a call from Perry Damone, who you've met, I think, on the show. Perry was producing. How about doing this show? I said, well, I'd like to, but I've talked with some of the other people there, and, you know, I don't think it works with your format. And he goes, well, we're starting a whole new format. It's called Voice America Kids.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's a lot of information, very useful, because I know a lot of people, and myself, been wondering, how did you start all of this up?
Yeah.
So this is a question not about Kids First. What else are you doing instead of Kids First in your life?
What else do I do besides Kids First in my life?
Basically.
Well, I'm a parent and a grandparent, a gardener. I have a significant other in my life, Tom, who you met this afternoon. And recently, Tom and I bought bicycles. So we're really into bicycling. They're what they call hybrid bikes. So you'll laugh at this and you'll think I'm lazy, but I'll tell you why. They're motor-assisted bikes. Now here's the deal. It's not that I'm lazy. I live on a hill.
Well, a motor-assisted bike sounds like a motorcycle.
No, you pedal it, but then there's a little motor that kicks in to help you. So when you live on top of a hill, starting out a bike ride is easy because it's all downhill. At the end of the day, when you're going home, you're going uphill. And I'm not talking a little tiny hill. I'm talking, we live in the Rocky Mountains. So you're going up a steep hill at the end of the day.
Oh God.
So with these motor assisted bikes, it just gives you enough oomph that you can make it up there. I'm still pedaling and sweating, but
On your
I can make
first
it up.
year of choosing kids to be, well, film critics, did you have less kids than you usually have now?
Yes, the first year we started out, we had 5 kids. We had 5 winners and 2 alternates. But I found that the kids who were alternates weren't trying as hard because they didn't think they were going to get to do as much. And in fact, we were letting them do as much as the winners. And so the next year I said, skip the alternates. Everybody's going to be a winner, but we'll put them on probation to make sure that they're going to really step up to the plate and do what it takes. Because, from the organization side of Kids First, we put a lot of time and energy into the kids. So if a kid's going to flake out on us, you want to know that sooner rather than later. So you can go, you know what? I don't think this is working out so good. But I'll tell you, this year, the kids who we found in 2012, who are all, like you, all from the greater LA area, have smoked everybody in the past. I mean, this is without a doubt our best group of kids. And even though we put everybody on probation, everybody has worked so hard. I mean, some kids, it's easier for them than others, but everybody has worked and taken our coaching and improved, and they work really hard. So it's a joy to work with people
So
like
we
you.
know that you do film critics and you do a radio show, but you also have, well, how do I say it? Sorry, a film festival.
Yep.
Can you tell us a bit about that? Like, what films do you accept?
We started our film festival in the year 2000, and we accept films from major studios, from independent producers, and from student filmmakers like yourself.
Yep, I've been putting my film in your film festival in quite a few years now.
You have, I think, starting back when you were 9 years old, maybe?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So we've shown a lot of films. And we have about 150 venues who show our films, because it's not a film festival like other film festivals are. Kids First doesn't actually put on an event, but what we are is an off-site curator for all these venues around the country that want to show programming for kids and families. And so by joining Kids First and by becoming a member, they have the right to show those films. And what's changed over the years, we started this, I said, in 2010, so this is our 13th year, is that now all the short films are actually up on our website, so the programmers can screen them in their entirety on their website, and then once they give us their screening dates and times, we give them a code to unlock it, and they download it onto their flash drive or their hard drive or wherever, and then they can show it directly off of their computer.
Well, that's amazing. Now, if you want to be a film critic, you just have to, audition for it the next year, because this year has already started. And just to make sure, it's not that easy to become a film critic. It is very hard work, so don't just think that, it's all like fun, you get to meet Adam Sandler, you get to meet Steven Spielberg. No, it's very hard work, and you have deadlines. So all the film critics like me and a lot of other people work very hard. Is there anything you'd like to add?
I'm glad that you said that. I think the one thing that I've learned from working with our youth film critics is that these kids, like yourself, including yourself, are all filmophiles in their own right. They love film. They pay attention to it. They have their own DVD collections. They're kids that film isn't just a passing interest, but it's a passion with them. And as you said, that's really important because it is a lot of work, and it's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of opportunities that you wouldn't have ordinarily, like being on the Paramount lot here today.
Wow. I also want to mention that KidsFirst reviews more than films as well. They also review apps for well, the iPhone and the iPad, and sometimes video games as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you get in touch with you?
Easiest way is go to our website. That's my electronic calling card, kidsfirst.org. Very simple. kidsfirst.org, and we have reviews by the kids there, video reviews, written reviews. There are clips of some of the films that we show in the film festival. It's a wealth of information.
Okay, so there's quite a few ways to get in touch, and if you want any more information, just like you said, go to kidsfirst.org. I also want to mention that this is a nonprofit organization. Would you like to tell us a bit about that?
Well, the organization is 21 years old. We founded it with the intent to help educate children to be more conscientious media users. So they're not just, as I say, victims of media marketing, but there's a thoughtfulness that goes into selecting films or media, other types of media, that is beneficial to them. Let's talk about how people can contribute to the organization to keep it alive and healthy. We accept donations. As a 501c3, everything is tax deductible to the extent allowed by law. The website is, again, the easiest way. Right on our homepage, there's a click-through to donating to the organization. But we also have a Facebook page, a Twitter site, and that's called Kids First Media.
And this was Gerry Orz reporting for World According to G. See you guys later. Goodbye, Randy.
Bye, Gerry.
Well, now we are interviewing another film critic, a very good friend of mine, Kiefer. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you, Gerry?
I'm doing very good.
Good.
You're excited.
I am excited. I'm enthusiastic.
So you are also a film critic for Kids First. How did it feel when you first found out that you are going to be a film critic officially?
Well, I was both overjoyed and scared at first because I knew there were such things as deadlines, and you have to do a written review and a video and a radio show and sometimes premiere on the same day. So I was really excited because I love films. I have a big passion for them.
Wow, and how did you get to, audition for Kids First?
A friend of mine, another film critic on here, is what was part of this, and she and her parents told me everything about it, and I said, wow, I want to do it. So I got my video in, I written review in, and they chose me, and I started doing it.
Cool, and you have been on many shows, correct?
Yes, I've been on many radio shows and many premieres, yes.
Cool, what was your favorite premiere you've been to or event?
Well, event, I have to say the AFI. I just like to thank Granny for letting me go to the AFI Awards for Mel Brooks. Meeting such a kind man like him, and such a comedic genius. It was just amazing because I'm such a big fan of him, and it was so nice for me to go there and see all the other stars, say how great he was. So that's my favorite event because it was such a big idol of mine. On TNT on June 15th and also on TCM, Turner Classic Movies, there's going to be a whole movie marathon of Mel Brooks. So if you don't know who he is, check it out, see how great he is. For younger audiences, you may not understand some jokes, but for the adults, you can enjoy some of his movies. So yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Well, now I know what I'm doing on that day.
Yeah, you are. You're going to see that.
God, you are hilarious.
Thank you. I like to be told that.
And what was your most favorite movie to review?
42. Because For those of you who do not know what 42 is, I understand. Because I love this film because of this historical writing into it. The characters are amazing. Chadwick Boseman is amazing. Harrison Ford, best character ever. Just the dramaticness to this film is amazing. And if you don't know what it is, I understand because I didn't know anything about it until I saw a commercial to it a day before it was going to be for my premiere. So if you don't know what this film is, look it up and see it as soon as possible.
Well, I did not see 42 yet, but I really, really want to see it.
Yeah. See it.
So if people want to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch?
Well, get in touch with me. Well, you go on KidsFirst and you can see my videos and many other critics' videos, such as you and many others. The written review videos, and even when they come out on KidsFirst.org, where you can see many of our reviews and just watch them and enjoy it.
Do you have a Facebook or a Twitter page?
Yes, I have a Facebook and Twitter page. Facebook is Kiefer C. Blakesley. But for Kids First, just if on your Facebook, go to Kids First Facebook page and like us, friend us, send us a message, do whatever you need, but just we're on Facebook and Instagram too.
Cool. I know people are getting to Instagram. Thank you very much. And this was Gerry Orz reporting for World According to G. See you guys later.